Rearise presents How to Control Your Emotions.
Emotions are powerful. Your mood determines how you interact with people, how much money you spend, how you deal with challenges, and how you spend your time. Gaining control over your emotions will help you become mentally stronger. Fortunately, anyone can become better at regulating their emotions. Just like any other skill, managing your emotions requires practice and dedication. It can be a difficult concept to grasp, knowing that almost all circumstances and events that happen will happen outside of our control. The truth is, there are too many factors in the world for us to be able to control and predict everything. Instead, we can only become aware of our capabilities to adjust our expectations and emotional responses. So in this video, I'll talk about how to control your emotions. But before starting the video, be sure to smash the like button and subscribe to never miss out on any of our videos. Number 1. Label your emotions. Before you can change how you feel, you need to acknowledge that what is it that you're experiencing right now? Are you nervous? Do you feel disappointed? Are you sad? Keep in mind that anger sometimes masks emotions that feel vulnerable, like shame or embarrassment. So pay close attention to what's really going on inside of you. Put a name on your emotions. Keep in mind that you might feel a whole bunch of emotions at once, like anxious, frustrated, and impatient. Labeling how you feel can take a lot out of the sting from the emotion. It can also help you take careful note of how those feelings are likely to affect your decisions. Number 2, reframe your thoughts. Your emotions affect the way you perceive events. If you're feeling anxious and you get an email from the boss that says she wants to see you right away, you might assume you're going to get fired. If, however, you're feeling happy when you get that same email, your first thought might be that you're going to be promoted or congratulated on a job well done. Consider the emotional filter you're looking at the world through. Then, reframe your thoughts to develop a more realistic view. If you catch yourself thinking, this networking event is going to be a complete waste of time, no one's going to talk to me and I'm going to look like an idiot, remind yourself, it's up to me to get something out of the event. I'll introduce myself to new people and show interest in learning about them. If you find yourself dwelling on negative things, you may need to change the channel in your brain. A quick physical activity like going for a walk or cleaning off your desk can help you stop ruminating. Number 3, self-care. Basic functions because of lack of sleep, increased stress, and loneliness can be impaired as a result of the pandemic. To have a healthy relationship with your emotions, the key is to keep your executive function system healthy, and that starts with self-care. Buzzell emphasizes the impact of sleep and stress on your executive functions. It has been shown that a lack of sleep can impair self-regulation, meaning you may have less control over your responses to your emotions, which is why you're snappy when you're tired. Sometimes your negative emotions can keep you from falling asleep, creating a vicious cycle further promoting the problem. This can also happen with stress, meaning having a healthy stress reduction system can also help your executive functions. So what's the solution? Find activities you enjoy and incorporate them into your daily routine, like journaling and exercise. If you struggle with stress or sleep, the Healthy Living program offers sleep and stress management consultations. Engage in a mood booster. When you're in a bad mood, you're likely to engage in activities that keep you in the state of mind. Isolating yourself, mindlessly scrolling through your phone, or complaining to people around you are just a few of the typical go-to-bad mood behaviors you might indulge in. But those things will keep you stuck. You have to take positive action if you want to feel better. Think of the things you do when you feel better or happy. Do those things when you're in a bad mood and you'll start feeling better. Here are a few examples of mood boosters. Call a friend to talk about something pleasant, not to continue complaining. Go for a walk. Meditate for a few minutes. Listen to uplifting music. Keep practicing your emotional regulation skills. Managing your emotions is tough at times, and there will likely be a specific emotion, like anger, that sometimes gets the best of you. But the more time and attention you spend on regulating your emotions, the mentally stronger you'll become. You'll gain confidence in your ability to handle discomfort while also knowing that you can make healthy choices that shift your mood. Stop suppressing and start reappraising. Two of the most studied and emotional regulation techniques are called reappraisal and suppression. Suppression is when you try to stop yourself from feeling emotions. When we do this, we often find that negative emotions return stronger than before. Buzzell recommends practicing reappraisal instead. Reappraisal is changing the way you think about a negative emotion before having a response. For example, if you made a mistake and feel disappointed, you can tell yourself that it was a learning experience and then you are more likely to have a positive response instead of a negative one. This promotes a growth mindset, which studies show promotes healthier relationships with emotions. The good news is that people can actually change how they regulate their emotions to be more in line with the reappraisal. Maintain healthy relationships. We can also use healthy relationships to regulate emotions by having a trusted friend or a loved one to confide in, which is why you usually feel better after venting to a friend. Socializing can help to calm your mind and can even help regulate your body's physical response to emotions. Although we can't see people face to face as often right now, you don't want to cut yourself off from people you were previously close to. Buzzell recommends trying to maintain previous social connections as much as possible in safe ways like phone calls, Zoom calls, or outdoor socially distant hangouts because they're good for your mental health. Deep breaths. This is probably the oldest trick in the book, especially when it comes to emotional control. There's a lot of power in breath. Whether you're ridiculously excited or so mad you can't speak, breathing helps. The first couple of breaths may be difficult or shallow. Visualize your diaphragm and push the air down past your chest. It may help to place a hand on your belly to feel its rise and fall. To slow your breath even more, count as you breathe in and count as you breathe out. Sometimes you may find a mantra is better than counting. You can try saying something like, I am calm, or I am in control. Allow yourself to still be expressive. There is a time and place for everything, including your strong emotions. Sometimes we need to curl up into a fetal position and cry for a few minutes, just as there are times when we need to scream into a pillow. As Dr. Gendron mentioned earlier, it's about controlling our reactions, not the emotions. When you allow yourself the time to react this way when it's appropriate, then you have found a healthy outlet. As you know, completely stopping emotions is not the goal here. You're just dialing them back. Gaining control of your emotions helps you play along with the events happening in life. It leads to stronger, healthier relationships and advancements in the workplace. With some time and effort, all of us can adjust our sail crews accordingly and yield the best results in every situation. Meditate regularly. Meditation helps with many emotional and even a few physical issues. It's difficult to master, but that's because meditation is largely misunderstood. If you've tried meditating but you feel failed because there were thoughts constantly running through your head, you're not alone. And you also didn't fail. It's not possible to completely rid your mind of thoughts. In fact, a popular beginner's exercise for meditating is similar to some techniques we've already discussed. Simply label your feelings. Beginners use this trick because it teaches you to acknowledge the thought that popped in your head. Label it and file it away, so to speak. Thank you for watching. Please make sure to subscribe and check out the link below for some interesting things.